A beautiful morning, beautiful afternoon, and beautiful evening to every one of you, my professional colleagues, my professional nurses. How are we all doing? How is preparation? I'm happy. Guys, anytime I'm excited, there must be messages. Of course, you know that. So I'm very excited. I got a lot of messages yesterday, and thanks so much for passing your Osce. I'm super excited for you. I share in your success story, and I'm super proud of you all, guys. Welcome to your Band 5 Rules. I'm so excited. For those writing soon, how is preparation? Don't be scared, guys. Osce is very simple. Keep practicing. Keep practicing. Don't stop practicing. Practice with your peers, practice with your colleague, practice with your pillows, and make sure you're getting it right. And if you're not getting it right, feel free to voice out, all right? But you should get it out. It's very, very simple. Okay, guys? So for those taking the new Osce and you need assistance maybe with API, you can join my class, but it's actually for talking. All right, guys? So let's get started. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Violet Okolocha. I talk about everything about Osce and nursing here in the UK. So if this is what you like and if this is what you want, stay tuned. So guys, welcome back. So let's get started. Today I'll be talking about professional values. So for professional values is one of the newest skill in your Osce exam, and of the professional values, there are 5 in numbers. We have the confidentiality, we have drug error. I've talked on drug error. We have possible abuse. I'll be talking of possible abuse today. We have professional confrontation. I'll talk about that when I have the time. And we have social media. So of those 5 I've mentioned, you can only get 1. So this skill is a writing silent station. It is a writing station because you write, and it's the silent station because you just have to write. There's nobody there with you, so it is silent and it is a writing station. And the time allocated to this skill as of now is 10 minutes. But trust me, guys, when I tell you, you're definitely going to finish before 8 minutes. So it's a simple skill. You get a document like this to write, and you have to write them in bullet points. Like I keep saying, guys, make sure your handwriting is very clear and very legible. So write clearly. If for any reason you make a mistake and you want to give a cross, don't jagga the whole thing, guys. Just give a single cross and make sure it's neat. Make sure the examiner or the assessor can read clearly what you want, what you write. And the time allocated to this skill is 10 minutes. So write clearly. So guys, I'll be talking about possible abuse, like I said today. When I saw possible abuse, something came to my mind, and I'm going to share it with you. That is my scenario. Imagine you're the charge nurse, and one of the dementia patients you are looking at, or one of the patients with disabilities you're looking after, you see marks all over the body. You know, there are some marks you see on a patient body. You suspect something. Now, that brings me to my scenario. So this is a formulated scenario by me. What would I say now? Okay, what would I formulate? Okay, you are the nurse in charge of the resident home, and you saw one of the dementia patients in your home with marks on her body, with marks on visible parts of her body, on her neck, on the arms. And when you ask her, what are these marks for? And she tells you, please don't let the caregivers know about this, please. What will you do as a nurse? What will you do? You know, come to think of it. So that's my formulated scenario. I'll say it out again. I probably remember the way I say it. You are the nurse in charge of the resident home. You went to the home and you found one of the residents, a patient with mental disability or a patient with dementia, with marks on visible parts of her body. When you ask her what are those marks, she said, please do not let the carers know. As far as you are aware, this is a possible abuse incident. Using your knowledge of NMC 2018, the Code Professional Standard of Practice and Behavior for Nurses, Midwives, and Nursing Associates, consider the professional, ethical, and legal implication of the situation. Please summarize the action you would take in a bullet point. So guys, this is not for me alone. No. It's for all of us. Oh yeah, everybody gather here. All the nurses taking new Osce exam, gather here, sit down, and let us dissect this. So what will you do? Probably you get a similar case. Of course, when it's possible abuse, of course, it has to do with injury to the patient, not injury. You know, a patient that's been abused, you know, by the carers or by anybody. You see marks on their skin, you see marks on their body. What will you do? Now, guys, before I go ahead, I have to tell you, this is a serious issue. Possible abuse is a serious issue. But for any nurse, whether you're preparing for Osce, you're not preparing for Osce, something has to come into your mind. This is an incident to be reported. Yes. It is an incident to be escalated. It is not an incident to keep quiet. Even when the patient is telling you, please don't let the carers know. It is not, you have to let the patient know that I'm your advocate. Of course, I'm your advocate. And don't worry, you are safe. You are safe. You are safe. I'm going to escalate this issue. So this is a serious issue. So what will you do? I've read it. Using the NMC code 2018, what will you do? Please, I want every one of us to be involved. If you're taking the new Osce, pop your answers down. I'm going to be giving you what I think I would do. And I'll not finish it too. Abba, I will not finish it. You will finish it for me. Brilliant nurses, articulated nurses, UKRON nurses, you complete it for me. So, guys, what I would write is what I would tell you. I would let the patient know that as an advocate, it is very vital to escalate concerns like this because it is a safeguarding issue. So, I would let the patient know that as an advocate, it is vital to escalate concerns like this because it is a safeguarding issue. So, one thing is sure, you have to let the patient know that you will escalate the issue and let the patient know that the patient is what is safe. So, I just wrote down here, I will let the patient know that as an advocate, it is very vital to escalate concerns like this regarding safeguarding issue. Because it's like reflecting the duty of candor. I'm not really giving you answers here. I'm just trying to explain it. So you have to let the patient know that you're going to be escalating. You're going to be escalating this issue as it is a safeguarding issue. Because you have to reflect the duty of candor. And what is the duty of candor? The duty of candor is with honesty. You are protecting the interest of what? Of the patient. So it's something you want. You have to let the patient know that you're going to be what? Escalating the issue, or you're going to be escalating the concerns, and she is safe. All right. Another thing I will consider is you have to use a language that is appropriate for the patient. You have to use a language that the patient can understand. A language that the patient understands. Don't use big grammar. Explain. I would use a language that is appropriate for what? For the patients, so that the patient can understand you. Because now the patient is telling you, don't tell anybody about this incident. So you have to use a language and let the patient know you are my priority. I will escalate this issue. I will let those know so that it will not happen to you again. So that's what I mean by using a language that is what? That is appropriate to what? To the patient, with compassion and with what? Empathy. Now you have to promptly escalate this issue with what? With the safeguarding team and with the ward manager. You have to promptly escalate the incident with the safeguarding team and with the ward manager. Promptly. Another thing I think you should do is you have to promptly complete an incident report or a DATIS report, taking photographs of the map, completing a body map, taking pictures or photograph of the marks you see on the patient body or on the patient's skin. You have to complete an incident report, and the incident report has to include body maps showcasing the marks on the patient body. It has to include the date, it has to include the time, and it has to include what any action you took to deal with the incidents. So guys, it's really simple. Professional value is very simple. Somebody will say, this one you explained it, you didn't give us terms. It's simple. The first thing you want to do, you want to let the patient know that you have to escalate this issue as it is a safeguarding issue and you have to keep her safe. Another thing you want to do, you want to communicate with the patients in the language the patient can understand. Another thing you want to do, you want to promptly escalate to the ward manager and the safeguarding team about this incident, stating facts. Another thing you want to do, you want to promptly complete an incident report, including the body maps, including the date and time and any action you have taken. Another thing you want to do is what? You want to make sure you protect what? The patient. That is when NMC say prioritize people, promote safety, professionalism, and trust. You want to make sure the patient is what? Is safe. So I just felt like giving you an idea on what? On possible abuse under what? Professional values. So let me know the actions you are going to take. So try your hands on this. Send me the actions you're going to take on the YouTube comment section. I will see you in my next video on evidence-based. And until then, keep passing your Osce exam. I love you all, guys. Bye.